You guys look at life intelligently. Okay. You got to understand, when you have somebody that's gone to school they start going to school at 5 years old, and then they have 13 years. Well, not always. Some people accelerate through it, like Sheldon Cooper's character, but a lot of typical people will go 13 years of school, then four more, then four more, then four more. Some anywhere up to, how many years is that? 13 plus 4, 17, 21, then sometimes 25 years of school to be a doctor, a medical doctor, right? A medical doctor that puts a girl's hand back together that was blown up in a Humvee by a landmine because we're not practicing the physics of the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Something as intelligent and faithful and important as the Lord's Prayer, we're not living. So someone spends 25 years of their lives working to put a person's body back together because it's blown apart because you're not given the perfection and the simplicity of the Lord's Prayer from the time you're born, before you're even 5 years old, before you even start kindergarten. All right. So, do you understand the magnitude of what's happening right now? And that people, we're going to go to space. Live the Lord's Prayer first. If you have to go to space, go to space. Okay. And it doesn't seem that the human beings collectively are intelligent enough to be like Jesus Christ during the Roman Empire. Okay. And so one person can sit there and command technology and say to technology, it is time, okay, to start taking aspects of control away from human beings and using it to stop human beings from being destructive to the planet and affecting the species radically. Okay. Now, before COVID, the ecosystem was having horrible reactions. And then when we went on COVID protocols, okay, the planet started to rapidly heal. You could feel it in the ecosystem. Then when we went back to business as usual, you had the tire particles and the cars and the engines and the stuff. And so the planet, okay, the reason why they still say expect to have this reaction from the plants that shuts down our respiratory system because we're doing things making it hard for the planet to function properly, for the plants to provide oxygen for us to breathe. Right? Do you understand? Right. So, one man, okay, north of San Ysidro, New Mexico, through integrated technology with no translation issues, can command integrated worldwide technology to start taking control of government functions to give us the forgiveness of debt and trespass, to eliminate people being in our houses manipulating us over debt through trespass. One man can do it. Okay. So if I say today, technology, start taking control of the communications that allows us to live life free from trespass and debt. Okay. And that's what we're just going to have to do. We're just going to have to command the technology to step in and do the right thing, because if human beings that gave us technology to give us a better life, okay, we're capable of doing that, they would do that. Okay. And you can't, when you have those commercials, the kids with the hair thing and the Nutrifoil and all that, giving back my self-confidence, I look and feel like crap. Okay, but my self-confidence isn't based on my physical appearance because of my abuse from people that give you Nutrifoil, Testofen, and Nugenix. Okay, do you understand? My self-esteem is from the faithful love and the courage that I have, so children can all live the truth of the Messiah. Okay, Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, Muhammad, Melchizedek, Malachi, Hud, Muhammad, you understand, Saladin, so forth. Okay. My self-esteem comes from my kindness and courage of faith. If you shouldn't be in love with my hair, and if it all fell out, you should still love me anyway, because I'm like King David, right? Okay. And someone like Tom Cruise, who's in the Church of Scientology, that had a virtual presence in my house in Santa Fe and did disgusting things to my wife, and it affected her children. Okay, and it affected all the children psychologically. Okay, He's on doing Top Gun, looking better than a body has a right to, and you're out on the street looking good, and deep down inside you know it isn't right, right? He should feel pathetic that I look like the story of Job because he's pathetic, and he looks like a Greek statue because he's allowed to, because of perverts that invade houses and sexually groom and manipulate and abuse children to maintain status quo for invasion, technology, and science to keep us in the status quo of this disgusting relativity, right? All right. So you guys got to understand the magnitude of what is happening right now in your life. Right now while I'm speaking, and right now while you are watching. Okay, do you understand? As far as your conceptions of time, okay? You have to understand whether it's me speaking right now or you watching it at your right now. It's still disgusting what is happening. Right? And it should not be this disgusting. We should be far more intelligent than this. We should not be distracted by our telephones and by trends that have us all denying the Lord's Prayer and having people be celebrated for being philanthropists, completely ignoring the eternal beauty of the Lord's Prayer. Do you understand? So we can help Donovan Mitchell's mother, okay, live in a better world where children aren't being blown up by bombs that they're arguing if they should send more to the Middle East, and say those are the people of Abraham and Jesus Christ that we all aspire to be like and have our children grow up to be like. Okay, you guys got to understand that when you get into these what you perceive as philosophical arguments over reflections of pieces of paper that have been manipulated by mass murderers, okay, that the real essence of the Messiah and world peace is living and speaking and breathing, not a book manipulated by people that murder and refuse to live the love of the living, breathing, speaking Ark of the Covenant and Prince of Peace. Do you understand? Okay. I'm going to go, we'll call it a night. I'm going to go finish watching the basketball game, dig up a little more of the horseshoe pits. Okay. I hope you can grow up, but I'm not going to wait for you to grow up. I'm going to command the technology to do the very best it can to start taking over operations of communications to give us a more truthful life so we can save children from genocide. All right? Well, that's my decision, and that's the one I'm going to make. And load this one. Make it quick.